Wait, if you're even thinking about trying intermittent fasting, or you've already started, you could be making it so much harder for yourself, and maybe even scuppering your fat loss goals without even realising it. I'm about to share 7 essential tips every beginner needs to know to dodge the common mistakes and fire up the metabolism. And the last tip is one that almost everyone gets wrong, so you'll definitely want to stick around for that one. Trust me, I've been there for years. I was stuck in the same maddening cycle. I'd hear about the incredible benefits of fasting, fast fat loss, mental clarity, the lot, and I'd dive in, boots and all. I tried to jump straight into an 18 or 20-hour fast, feel absolutely dreadful with hunger pangs and headaches, and then crash and burn within a few weeks. Convinced it just wasn't my cup of tea. It felt like I was failing at something that was meant to be simple. But here's the truth, I wasn't failing. I was just making a few classic rookie mistakes. Once I figured out what they were and how to fix them, everything changed. Fasting went from being a daily battle to a sustainable part of my life, and the results I was chasing finally showed up. In this video, I'm sharing the 7 tips that made all the difference so you can skip the struggle and get straight to the good bit. Right, tip number 1, and this is probably the biggest blunder I see beginners make, is going in way too hard, way too fast. We hear about the brilliant benefits of longer fast, like the 20-hour warrior diet or OMAD, 1 meal a day, and we think go big or go home. But jumping into a 20-hour fast when your body is used to grazing all day is like trying to run a marathon when you've never even jogged around the park. And it's a recipe for disaster. Your body panics, you feel grumpy, dizzy, absolutely ravenous, and it becomes almost impossible to stick with it. So what's the answer? Start slow. Seriously, said this in previous videos. The best way to begin is with a simple 12-hour fast. This is much easier than it sounds because you're asleep for most of it. Like we said, if you finish dinner at 8, just wait till 8 the next morning for your first meal. Most of us can do that without even thinking about it. After you've comfortably done a 12-hour fast for about a week, you can start to slowly stretch the window, maybe pushing it to 14 hours, then eventually build up to the 16-8 method, which is the gold standard for a reason. That means you're fasting for 16 hours, have an 8-hour eating window, like from noon to 8 p.m. This gradual approach gives your body time to adapt, making the whole process smoother and something you can stick with. And it helps your body get used to burning stored fat for fuel. And that's where the real magic happens, when you start shifting those pounds. The number 2 sounds laughably obvious, but you would be absolutely shocked at how many people overlook it. You have to stay hydrated. A lot of beginners mistake thirst for hunger and immediately break their fast, thinking they can't handle the hunger. But the headaches, fatigue, brain fog you feel when you're just starting out, or can feel, more often than not, the culprit isn't a lack of food, it's a lack of water. During your fasting window, 0-calorie drinks are your new best friend. Water is non-negotiable, drink loads of it all day, but you don't have to be bored. Black coffee, unsweetened teas, herbal teas are absolutely fine and can actually help, give a huge help. It can help take the edge off your appetite and might even boost your metabolism give it a tiny little boost. Herbal teas like peppermint, chamomile, lovely, soothing, and help you ride out a hunger pang. What you absolutely have to avoid are drinks that have calories. No sugar in your coffee, no milk, no creams, no juice, absolutely no fizzy drinks. Anything with calories tells your body the fast is over, which stops all the good stuff you're aiming for, like autophagy, getting into ketosis. Staying hydrated keeps hunger in check and your energy levels up, and all those good bodily processes start running smoothly. And that includes diet drinks as well, because it tricks your body into thinking that you are consuming food. The next tip is an absolute game changer, and honestly, hardly anyone talks about it. The success of your fast often depends on what you do in the days before you even start. If you spend the day before your first fast loading up on pizza, ice cream, and other sugary processed rubbish, you're just setting yourself up for a fail. Those foods make your blood sugar spike and crash, which will leave you with mad cravings and raging hunger when you try to fast. The trick is to prep your body by cleaning up your diet a few days beforehand. Focus on ditching inflammatory and sugary foods. So that means less white bread, pastas, pastries, sugary drinks, fried foods. Instead, fill your plate with whole, nutrient-dense foods. When you do this, your blood sugar stabilizes. And when your blood sugar is stable, you don't get those dramatic crashes. that trigger monstrous cravings. And this makes easing into your first fast feel much easier because you're not fighting the war on two fronts. The new habit of fasting and a physical withdrawal from a high sugar diet. It's all about making this process as comfortable as possible so you can stick with it long enough to see the results. Okay, so we're just over halfway through, and I really hope you're having a few aha moments already. If you're finding these tips useful and you want to keep learning how to master your health and fat loss goals, do me a quick favour, hit the subscribe button down below. It really does help such a small channel like this come out and make sure that you won't miss what's coming next. And this brings me to a massive myth about fasting. The idea that your eating window is an all-you-can-eat rubbish buffet. It's so tempting to think, hey, I was good for 16 hours. I've earned this pizza and this ice cream and these crisps. But that's one of the fastest ways to completely sabotage your fat loss goals. Intermittent fasting isn't a magic wand for a poor diet. If you eat more calories than your body burns, you'll not lose weight no matter how long you fast. The key is to focus on high quality, nutrient dense foods when you do eat. Prioritise lean proteins like chicken, fish and eggs. They help you feel full, keep you muscle. Load your plate with high fibre veg like broccoli, spinach to keep your blood sugar stable. And please don't be afraid of healthy fats from avocados, nuts, olive oil. They're vital for your hormones and keeping your energy levels up. Think of it like this. Your fasting window is doing a proper spring clean, and your eating window is your chance to refuel with premium grade fuel. What you eat is just as important as when you eat. Right, I've said this before, and this next tip really is a lifesaver, and it might be the real reason you've been getting headaches or feeling a little bit wiped out. While staying hydrated with water is critical, you might be flushing out essential minerals like called electrolytes, specifically sodium, potassium, magnesium. And when you fast, your insulin levels drop, which signals your kidneys to release excess sodium. Losing these minerals is what often causes that fasting flu, the headaches, fatigue, muscle cramps, sometimes dizziness. So how do you sort it without breaking your fast? Dead simple. Tiny pinch of good quality salt, pink Himalayan salt, sea salt to a glass of water once or twice during your fast. It's not enough to taste really salty, but enough to top up what you're losing. For potassium and magnesium, you want to focus on getting them from your food during your eating window. Things like avocados, leafy greens, and nuts are brilliant sources. And getting your electrolytes right is the difference between feeling weak and drained versus feeling strong and clear-headed. It's a small change that makes a massive difference in how you feel. After a successful fast, it's tempting to dive headfirst into a massive meal, but how you break your fast is almost important as the fast itself. Going from an empty stomach to a huge, heavy or carb-loaded meal can be a real shock to your digestive system, leading to bloating, tummy cramps, just feeling rubbish. And it's a dreadful way to end what should feel like an absolute accomplishment. The secret is to ease your body back into eating. Think of it as waking up your digestive system gently. Don't break your fast with a huge steak or a massive plate of pasta. Instead, start with something easily digestible and rich in protein with healthy fats about 30 minutes before your main meal. Almost like an appetizer. Handful of almonds, bit of cottage cheese, even a cup of bone broth if you want it, or miso soup, all fantastic options. And these small appetizers prepares your system for the larger meal you're just about to have, preventing digestive chaos and helping control your appetite so you don't overeat. A gentle re-entry ensures you feel good during and after your fast. And finally, the last tip, the one that nearly everyone gets wrong because it goes against our inner perfectionist. The biggest mistake you can make is believing that you have to be perfect every single day. People treat the fasting window like a delicate rule that if you break it by even 30 minutes means the whole day is a total write-off. This all or nothing approach is the quickest way to burn out and give up. Here's the truth, life happens. There'll be days with office birthdays, family dinners, nights where you've had a dreadful night's sleep, just feel rough. And those days, forcing a rigid 16-hour fast is a recipe for misery. The true secret to long-term success with fasting is allowing yourself to be flexible. Listen to your body. If you're feeling genuinely unwell, not just a bit peckish, it's absolutely okay to break your fast early. If you have a social event, just your window for that day, 14-hour fast, tricky days, a million times better than jacking it all in. Consistency over perfection is what gets you results. Fasting is a tool to make your life better, not a prison to punish yourself with. When you embrace flexibility, you turn fasting from a chore into a sustainable habit you can stick with for years to come. So there you have it, the 7 tips. I truly wish someone had told me when I started intermittent fasting. So let's have a quick recap. Number 1, start slow. Ease in with 12 hours, build up gradually. Number 2, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Use water, black coffee, tea to beat hunger, stay energized. 3, prep your body, clean up your diet before you start to crush cravings. 4, eat smart. Your eating window isn't a rubbish free-for-all. Focus on quality nutrients. 5, mind your electrolytes. Pinch of salt can prevent headaches and fatigue. 6, break your fast gently. Ease into your eating window with a small, gentle meal. And 7, be flexible. Ditch the all or nothing mindset. Consistency beats perfection. And remember, I've said this before, this is a journey, not a race. You don't have to be perfect on day one. It's okay to make adjustments, find the rhythm that works for your life. With these tips, you're ready to avoid the biggest mistakes and set yourself up for brilliant success. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these tips was the biggest eye-opener for you? Are you just starting it out, or do you have your own hard-won advice that you could share with everyone here? Pop a comment below. I honestly do read every single comment. And if you want to know exactly what to eat to break your fast for maximum fat loss, make sure to check out our future video. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.